Yeah, why don't you come by and come make that disclaimer right now. Hey everybody, disclaimer from Sunday. This video, yeah.
Yes.
All right, sorry, here comes
Right.
Sunday. Right here.
I'd like to add a disclaimer that Jess has had no Diet Coke for. We're on day 2 or 3, we don't know. Anything that comes out of our mouth, we're not held accountable for.
Look at this. It's not Diet Coke. I'm having to drink water and tea. Boo. We're on a cleanse. It was Sunday's idea. iPad Rehab is doing sugar-free September. And I have spent about an hour looking for a phone that was right next to me. So anyway, I decided that it would be a great idea to circle back so that I can clear off my desk the case of Justin's phone. So many of you guys remember Justin's phone from just the other day, where I will refresh your memory with his note. This is Justin's phone, where he said his wife's phone fell down and she smashed up the back of her phone, which is right here. So it's a standard looking smash job. Smashed it up, still had a case, shattered the back, and ever since her screen did not register touch, which is a drag because they had a bunch of pictures and videos that they didn't get a chance to back up. However, if you can't type in the passcode and hit trust, then there's no way to get those photos to transfer off to a computer. So they sent it to Apple, and Apple decided to put on a new screen, but it didn't work. Then Apple did something else where Siri used to work. Apple did a forced restart without asking, blah, blah. The screen won't read a fingerprint. They have the passcodes, but they can't access the phone to get back the information that we would like on the phone. The phone has not been backed up. Cloud storage is not on. For those of you who are going, can't they just back up to the cloud? No. I am sorry, and yes, we are dummies. No, you're not. You're not dummies. It seems as though there should be a way to access the info since we have the passcodes, we just can't enter them. So we did a whole stream on this phone when Mark was here, and it ended up being exceeding the time that we had for one repair session. And my advice to you microsolderers is, if you get into a situation like that where something is becoming fatiguing, put it to the side and wait for it to marinate in a box until it becomes a fresh problem again. A lot of times that when you go back and work on something a second time, then it will become more straightforward. This one actually had to go back and forth between Mark and I 3 times to get various tiny little micro or nano jumpers because of these torn traces. But anyway, I wanted to follow up with you guys since I saw some comments saying, she never fixed it. Bullshit. Of course she fixed it. Let's prove it, at least in theory. Let's figure out how to turn off this. How do I turn that off? Microphone, banner, front cam. How do I turn that off? Wow, the lack of Diet Coke. I have no idea. Christine, help. I don't know how to turn off that. Is it this? No.
What do you think to turn off?
Oh yeah, that. Yay! I did it! I turned off the banner. That's really funny. Like, everybody's like, why don't you do a drunk stream? Oh, no need. I'll just stop drinking Diet Coke. I mean, this is an experiment. I drink so much Diet Coke. Used to. Like, I don't know, 15, 20 cans a day. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right. Hey, check it out. It is, let's see, it is Justin's phone. Here it is. Remember that? Unlock to use USB accessory. Oh, I was going to say, if touch doesn't work, I'm going to be mighty peeved. What was this dude's passcode? Doesn't matter. We're just here to prove that touch works. Do. Ah, you can't see that. Let's turn that away. Do. How about this? Can you see it? Great. You can't even see it. Swipe. There we go. Face ID. Passcode. See? Passcode. And I can hit emergency screen, and That is a drag. I would really like that to focus on that. Can you do it? He says no. 2. All right. So touch works, and we were able to recover all of the data on this phone, get a full backup, parse out the contacts, the notes, the text messages, all of the pictures and videos, all of that is sucked off the phone. And now I want to show you why it is that this thing kind of gave us a hard time here at the end. So let's take it apart, and I'll show you so that maybe you can not have to come back and hit a phone like this 3 or 4 times in order to get it to finally have touch, because it's a super common problem. In fact, I was just looking around that around me on my desk, there are 3 other identical phones that have some sort of big smash. This one's particularly bad. Look how smashed up this one is. It is just destroyed, not much left, run over phone. This guy's funny though. He's like, he sent 2 identically smashed phones and said that they're both his personal phones, and they happened 2 different occasions. Is he like a professional skateboarder? I don't know. I would like to know what kind of line of work that guy is in. All right, so, oh yeah, this one is exactly the same. Look at this one. This one is from James. This is not Justin's phone, but this is a really, really similar one. So I want to show you let's get rid of hand cam. Let's look under the microscope. This one was a smash, and it had no touch, but it would otherwise boot up. And then when I split the board, you can see in this one, just a couple of pads were damaged. But the ones that were really the troublemakers, I had to do the ball smash method and put on a jumper here. Now this one works as well, and I used this one to help me solve Justin's phone. So this one had a lot more minor damage. So I kind of wanted to make the point that some of these smash phone doesn't have touch are just a couple of pads missing. So it's always worth it to take a look. So on this one, if you do a diode mode, now this one is working for touch, and you kind of go down, you can get diode mode readings 400, 400, 400, 400, and then here's one of the rebuilt ones, 400, and then this next one, 600, and then this one, 700, and then this one here is OL, and that's the one that really trolled me. This guy is a line, I think it's something called like sync many or something like that, and it just goes from here under, I think, the power management chip, so it doesn't really go anywhere. So if you diode mode, its normal reading is OL. So that's tough when you are trying to troubleshoot while you have no connection. So let's take apart Justin's phone, and let's look at Justin's board here. And remember Justin's board, everybody? It had all of those replaced pads, all of them. And where it really got us into trouble is that we replaced all of these missing pads with the ball smash method. But then some of the ones that looked okay, looked intact, were actually coming up as open line when we were measuring them with a multimeter, specifically in this area here. So a couple of these, the pad looked fine. Since it was OL, when we would touch it, it would move around. The break was actually not the pad. It was under the pad at the little micro via. And some of them broke off so that left pretty much nothing to solder onto. So we had no choice but to solder a small jumper, put green on it, and then drop the ball on the remaining tip in order to get these ones off. Here's where the troll was though, guys. So after a while, after you put all of these and tried it 3 or 4 times and you still have no touch, then I started just doing diode mode all the way down here, and I kept coming up with this pad as OL, open. Why is that? So we kept, trying to figure that out, and in the end, we had to get that known good board to measure to find out, oh, it's supposed to be that way. And it turned out that it was the adjacent jumper had just come loose under the green. Who knew? So we fixed that and put another ball on there. And look at all of this. That is a lot of replacement pads all around, and eventually it works. Yay! So Justin is now recovered. So I kind of wanted you guys to recognize that in this row, if you are working on touch, the common areas that get banged up are pads 13 and 14 in here. And you gotta have them in order to have working touch. And make sure that you kind of do that diode mode on a known good board and compare to that. So let's put this back together one more time with the hand cam. Let's do it one more time. There we go, hand cam. Hooray! Let's check in. I figured out how to make chat work. Look at that. Do you or Mark ever do board swaps when needed? Well, yes, we do. In fact, we try not to because it's almost always less risky and more straightforward to repair the board. But if that hadn't solved, if we hadn't solved this one for touch, this one would have become a candidate to swap the CPU to a donor board. It's for us, it's tougher than in other countries because we don't have a good source of donor boards. Like for an iPhone 10, that's still kind of an expensive donor board, receiver board. So for that, we try to fix it if we can. Because most of what we're doing is data recovery and not to be a phone again anyway. All right, let's see if I can make this work again. All right. Navid has an iPhone 10, which is bent. Because of this, the NFC pads are not connected. Any solution? Yes, fix the broken NFC pads, and then you will be solved. That is your solution. If you see broken NFC pads, solution. Fix NFC pads. There you go. Always trying to help. Always love to help and encourage whenever I can. All right. Maybe his job is to smash phones. That is a very good guess. I would very much like to know what that guy's job is, because he might need to think about a new line of work if he wants to keep being an iPhone user. United Radio loves these streams, even if I'm not drinking Diet Coke. All right, this stream was not brought to you by Diet Coke, I'll tell you that. All right, this stream was meant to be another stream where I was just going to briefly show Brad's phone, or I was going to work on Brad's phone after we briefly reviewed Justin's phone, but Brad's phone is, I don't know, I'll have to go on a hunt, and I'm going to do the stream now. All right, let's see if we can boot this back up. Are we still on hand cam? Let's check. Oh, great. And we have low battery. Let's see if we can just get a different battery so that we can boot this phone up. Pro tip, if you don't have an iPhone 10 battery, use an iPhone 8 like I just did. Preferably a charged one. If you don't have an iPhone 8 battery, then just use DC power supply. All right, let's see. Is that battery charged? Yay, that battery's charged. So now we're gonna see if it boots up with touch one more time. You helped a lot of us Apple certified technicians. That is fantastic. All right. What else is in here? Jessa, she fixed it. Yes, I did. Hello from Ghana. I love your hard work in this field as a woman. I wish you all the best. I wish that touch worked. Great. Touch doesn't work as of right now. Good thing we already recovered it, and I don't have to care that touch doesn't work right this very second on this phone. Come on, buddy. No touch. Yeah, I'm really glad that I did. Here's another pro tip. If you've been struggling to get touch working on a phone like this, then you should, if you do get touch, you should recover it right away, which is exactly what I did, because you never know when it's not going to quite make good contact because you got to fit these pins right on top of these balls. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can snake this in here again. Let's try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, who cares? Because we have already made a full backup and we have all of the pictures, notes, contacts, videos from Justin's phone. All right, let's see. This is also a good reminder that the ball smash method is kind of weak, right? You know, at any time, these balls could rip off of those microvias. So, recover data only. This is not a method that you would use for permanent repair. If you wanted to fix these kind of problems permanently, which I really don't recommend when you have, 20 or so missing pads, I don't think that can ever really truly be robust. Then you have to run jumpers, which is really laborious. And if you're going to run jumpers, then make sure you kind of diode mode as you go and make sure that they don't start rubbing together or talking to each other. All right, let's see if that works better. All right, let's see. I would like to discuss something with you privately when you were less busy. Less busy? That is not a thing. I don't think it gets any less busy than right now. Will it boot? Let's find out. And let's see if it has touch. I make balls, but because of the bend, there is a gap. How can I fill this? Don't try to fill any gaps. You need to separate the boards and you need to fix torn pads. And then make sure you're booting it in a jig, right? Like I'm doing. If you're trying to get data, which is the only reason I recommend using this method is data recovery. If you're trying to get data, then you need to use a jig, right? So that you have a known good bottom board. One we did yesterday for a fairly high profile case came in with a smash where it was the bottom board that was separated. Who cares? Screw that bottom board. You don't need that bottom board. Get a known good bottom board. Put the known good bottom board with the damaged top board, fix any damage on the top board, and you're good to go. So no filling gaps or spaces. Does it have touch? No. Fantastic. And there you go, folks. One time only deal for touch for Justin's phone here. And it is in the done pile. If you want to see this phone have touch, you need to hit rewind. Go back to the front of the video when I had it hooked up working for touch, because I'm not troubleshooting this one anymore, because there's a whole bunch of other ones that are here just like this that have no touch after hard drop. They're always repairable. I've never met one that we couldn't solve. So don't believe if anybody tells you no touch, no can do. That's not true. If you have an iPhone 10, after a hard drop, a bend, a smash, a car door, run over, those kind of big aggressive events, the iPhone 10 split board design rips apart. Always repairable for data recovery. Whether or not it can be a phone again, that's going to need a lot of parts, right? We recommend replacing it to be a phone again. Alrighty. We recovered data for a girl who lost her mother. The only pictures were on her phone. We used the method that you showed with some voltage and ice spray and found the issue. Very good. Good job, United Radio. Good job, United Radio. If you are an Apple certified technician, I applaud your work that you're doing despite your certification to do good for people. Good job. And to everybody else, remember, if you're a user and you're told something that doesn't seem like it should make sense, don't do exactly what Justin here did. He said, it doesn't seem like this should be true, and get a second opinion. So good job, Justin. You did the right thing. And as a result, you've got all of your data is on its way this afternoon home to you. Great job. Everybody else, get those second opinions. And if you're doing repair, then follow this channel, come to our class, and learn how to fix these problems. That's it. Good job for Justin's folks.